not on it. Although I need to go. I'll start it tomorrow. Now it's a challenge.
Going to call this meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the Williston City Council. It is Tuesday, August 8th, and it's 6 p.m. And at this time, I would ask that the city clerk please call the roll.
Mayor Goodman,
I'm here.
President Jones,
Here.
Vice President Robinson,
Here.
Councilmember Cox, Councilmember Bullock, he will be late, Councilmember Hines,
Here.
City Manager Terry Bavard,
Here.
Attorney Scott Walker, City Clerk Latricia Wright, I'm here, and all other staff.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for being here tonight. We do have a little bit different PA system tonight. I don't have to get on top of it, it seems. So at this time, we're going to stand for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance to America.
Join me if you will. Lord, we come to you tonight as a city, as a group of individuals trying to do the business of this community. And Lord, it is heavy on my heart to remember the officers in Orlando that was recently shot at something as small as a traffic stop. Lord, I ask your protection on our police department and on the chief to help him to train his officers as best they can be trained to minimize the danger. All across our country, Lord, police officers are quitting, resigning. It's a dangerous profession and it takes dedication. And we ask you to protect our police officers and all police officers in this country. And Lord, I ask you to be with this council as they go through to make decisions for this city. Help guide them, lead them to make the best decisions that their heart can give them. I ask this in your name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, at this time, I would ask if there are any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda, and if not, I would entertain a motion for approval.
I make a motion we approve the agenda.
Second. I have a motion and second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
On-call phone, sorry.
Do what?
It's an on-call phone, sorry.
I'm sorry to say, was that you, Mr. Mills?
Yes, it's the on-call phone for the city.
Turn the on-call phone off.
Well, some of us are on call.
It can blink like mine does. Okay, thank you. This time, item number 2 is public participation. This is one of 2 opportunities that you have as the public to come to this podium and speak to this council about anything that is not on the agenda. You have up to 5 minutes to do that if you would like to speak with us tonight. There is another opportunity at the end of the meeting, if you want to wait that long. And sir, since you're new, do you have anything to address this council at this time? No. You do. Okay, if you will, state your name and your address.
Yes, my name is Sidney Frazier. My address is 226 Northeast 10th Street. And just a couple things. Been having a lot of problems about my light bill. And plus about on Northeast 9th Street where the retention pond is. It's not being well kept. I've been up to the city a couple of times, and I even went through having to have my property surveyed to find out where the property line was. And when I found out where the property line was, they still not maintaining their part of the retention pond. And with my light bill every month, they were sending my light bill out to the wrong address. And I've been at that address for 60 years. And, you know, it's just been a problem, I'm saying, with back and forth, especially about the light bills.
Okay, so how did the change get to the address, do you know?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's totally oblivious address, not one you've ever used?
Yeah.
Wow,
No.
that's crazy. So is it straight now?
Yeah,
Think so?
we got it fixed now. This month here will be the first test.
Okay,
Well,
so you haven't gotten one correctly so far?
Right.
This is coming up?
right, this
Okay.
one coming up.
Well, if you don't get it by the first, make sure you call.
Right,
Yeah, and if not, we'll track it,
right.
okay? Anybody back there want to address the retention pond?
I will put eyes on it tomorrow and take appropriate actions for what needs to be done.
Is it the one we've always talked about in that area?
Yes, ma'am, it's the one where the new lift station's going,
Okay,
or proposed to go, I'm sorry.
all right. We're moving it from one side of the road to the other, is that correct?
Correct.
I remember right, okay. All right, so yes, if you will, if you want to give your number to the city clerk, we can make sure that we get back in touch with
Just do
you.
it over your phone.
352.
I mean, if you want to do it out loud, you can do it there.
Don't do it.
Everybody
Don't do
take
it.
No, just walk right over there and get, just walk right over there. I wouldn't advise you do that. Walk right over there, give Miss Tricia your phone number. And after the utility department has a look at it, they can contact you and let you know what they find out. Thank you, Mr. Frazier. Anyone else for this time? All right, if not, we're going to move to item number 3, which is the consent agenda. And it consists of the council meeting minutes of July the 18th. They're in your packet. And I would entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda if you so wish.
I make a motion that the consent agenda be approved.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 4 is our staff, board, and council updates. And we will start with the city manager, Terry Brevard.
Thank you, Madam President. A couple things real quick. So just to give you an idea, we have followed up on the fuel cost adjustment with GFL. So we should see a 2% reduction in the fuel cost adjustment beginning August 1st of this year. So we'll start to reflect on that bill. I did keep them separate like we discussed, where basically, you know, the CPI cost index going up in October 1 for the trash pickup, and then, like I said, this will be separate from that. So we should expect the savings on that, or at least the bill to change on that October or August, I'm sorry, August 1st. There is another issue just to bring aware of. We just replaced some AEDs at the fire department. We do have some AEDs, you know, those are the defibrillators.
Automatic defibrillators.
Yes, ma'am. So there's several of them around the city that need to be replaced. The price is just under just right at about $9,000. So just talk to Stephen. We do have the money in the budget. Obviously, it's something we do need to replace. We will buy the same ones I think Chief Steele bought. And so we'll be in concert with them so we can change them out and do the maintenance on them at the same time. So I just want to let you be aware of that. And Stephen says we have the money in the budget to get it.
So all of them are $9,000?
No, it's total. Yes, total. I'm
thank
sorry.
you,
So
Lord.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 of them, and several of them will come with the cabinets. The locations are City Hall, Airport, Utility Barn, or Utilities, the City Barn, and the sewer plant.
Terrific.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
No, ma'am, I'm good.
All right, anybody from the staff? I'm turning to the back row. Mr. Stiegel.
Yes, ma'am. I've had a couple of questions from the public and a couple of counselors about the weather system out at the airport. Just to, for everybody that doesn't know, there was a lightning strike on the AWAS system and the weather system. So when you're watching the TV 20 news and you don't see Williston anymore, that's why. We received 3 out of the 4 parts, and the technician came out and had an allergic reaction to a wasp sting, and hasn't really been back out yet. We've received the 4th component Friday, and when he was here, the technician identified a 5th component that needed to be replaced. So we're waiting on that 5th component to finally come in, and they're working on sending us another tech out while this other gentleman is recovering.
It's a pretty bad reaction there if he's still.
Yes, ma'am. He had some, from what we understand, he had some other health issues. Then this kind of just triggered a lot more of it. Yes, ma'am.
Anything else?
Not at this time.
Okay. Anybody else in the back row? Chief Rolls, I saw you first.
Yes, Madam President. Just wanted to bring the council and the citizens up to date on, as you all know, we've had several, can't see you. We've had several vehicle burglaries and burglaries that have taken place within the city limits of Williston. A total of so far 7 burglaries, 2 of them being armed. As of today, we have arrested 5 individuals in reference to those burglaries. So I wanted to let you all know, let the citizens know that the police department is working hard, but we need your help. Lock your doors, keep what's yours. So those individuals are now in custody at the Levy County Hotel. Also, I attended the police conference last week. The conference was mostly focused on hiring and retention of law enforcement officers and suicide of police officers. So the training was very, very good, very informative. A lot of topics to bring back, to think about, get with HR and some things to talk about with those things and concern, those things being issues of concern. Other than that, that's all I got right now.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Ms. Crystal.
Thank you. So just want to touch on something kind of briefly. One of the many items that were on the list of things to address when I was first hired was the cost of our health insurance. So we met with FMIT on a couple of meetings and discussed what we could do to alleviate that. So just very briefly, our current plan is actually going down 5%. The cost of those premiums will be going down 5%.
Wonderful.
And we were also able to come up with 2 more plans to offer that is going to be focused on family, employee spouse, employee children, and family. So those 2 other plans are not going to, we have a very, as they call it, a rich, robust plan, our original Plan 3. So we didn't want to veer from that. So we kind of looked at a higher deductible to lower those premiums. So I was really happy to see that. That brings the cost, like I said, to down 5% for the current plan, 11.50 for the other plan, for the second plan, and then the third plan would be 16.5%, bringing the cost down for everyone all the way around. So we will be presenting the resolution for that in the next city council meeting for you to approve those proposed plans. So I wanted to touch on that.
It helps the employees and the budget.
Absolutely. It
all
does,
the way around.
all the way around.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that. Chief Rolls, you're up again.
I forgot to mention something, Madam President. I just want to bring to the attention of the council and the citizens that during one of those burglaries, the way that they gained entry into the residence was by a 5-year-old kid through a doggy door. So I say that to just inform the council and the citizens that, you know, you need to look at all security measures of your homes, including your doggy doors. Both of those subjects have been once arrested, and the father of the child, when he came to the police department to be interviewed, he's a rocket scientist.
Yeah, he is.
He came to be interviewed by the detective and was placed under arrest. Well, in his backpack, he decided he would bring into the police department all types of drugs. So when they arrested him and they searched him, he was also charged with possession of drugs. Like I said, he's a rocket scientist, but he's now where he belongs. So I just wanted to bring that up about the doggy door so the citizens can understand that, you know, it's not just lock your house doors, but there's other ways to gain entries into your home.
Thank you for that. Anybody else on that row back there? Any other staff member? See you shaking heads. I'm not there yet. Hold on. You'll have to wait your turn again now. I'm sorry. Unless it has to do with that.
Well, with burglaries and
It has to do with burglaries?
and shootings.
Oh.
That's been going on out East Williston. No arrest is being made. I'm saying
If you will come back to the microphone.
It's ridiculous. I'm saying.
Chewy's at East Williston.
Yeah, Northeast Williston.
Chewy's what?
Shootings.
Shootings. I'm sorry. I thought you said Chewy's. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah,
Because you weren't using the mic at the time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and there's no arrest being made. I'm saying.
Is it in the city limits?
Yes, it's in the
Because
city
we've arrested everybody who did shootings that I'm aware of in the city.
No, ma'am, the only shootings they've had have been in the county, not
Yeah.
the city. If they are in the city, they haven't been reported to us at all. But as far as I know, we have had no shootings in the city.
We've arrested all the people that did shootings in the city.
They recently had one out in the county.
Well,
Where did it occur?
well, I know one shooting occurred up by I think it's on 3rd Avenue.
And nobody reported it.
3rd Avenue.
Yeah.
Northeast, southeast?
Not northeast.
Northeast, so nobody reported it. Did they call the police?
I'm quite sure the police came out, but no arrest is being made. I'm saying, it's one thing I just don't understand about the city of Williston. I was arrested for a crime that I didn't even commit, had nothing to do with, because somebody said I did something. All this shooting is going around. Nobody's being arrested.
But we have arrested everybody who's done something in the city.
At the crime scene of one crime that was committed at Williston, where people was taking evidence from the crime scene, nobody was arrested.
Okay, if you will, you're out of order at this time because this has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well,
if you're not, this is not public participation again. If you want to wait till the end, you can talk again. But I will, even if you don't want to wait, I'll just advise you that if you want to speak to the police chief after this, you can.
Absolutely, I would love to know about that shooting.
Because I'm not aware of it either, and I'm aware of most of what goes on.
Oh yeah?
If it's reported to the police, if it happens in a neighborhood that's not reported, we obviously don't know about it.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll say, oh yeah. Okay, so I will echo back to the staff. Does any other staff member in the back of the room have anything to add? If not, I'll move to the city council. Do you have anything to add at this time? Nope. Okay, I'll move to the mayor. Have anything for this agenda at this moment?
In case I happen to forget, I have noticed in an email that Waste Pro is having an event at the same time as the League of Cities, and the information that I received from that email was that it was a conflict. I talked to Dana Miller with Waste Pro, and it really isn't a conflict. You can go to whatever you're doing, come later. It's open to everybody that wants to be. You'll be able to get with her at the conference.
If we're back by 10 o'clock. I have another appointment.
That's what she said.
Right.
I told her some of us have other things.
Yes.
She said if we go to one,
we get out and we wanna come anyway. So
Perfect.
I didn't want anybody to not go because they thought they had to be there on time. Okay?
Yeah. All right, and you have anything else? That's it? All right, so then we're gonna move to new business. The new business starts with resolution 2023-54, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Williston, Florida, approving the 2023-2024 holiday schedule and providing an effective date. Ms. Patterson.
So in your packet, you were supplied with the information as far as how our holiday schedule is scheduled for 2023 to 2024. And what we need at this time would be for you to look through those, make sure that those are correct as far as what we are requiring in our Section 20 holidays on page 97 of our handbook, which is listed with you as well. We have 12 holidays, and we are proposing for Christmas this year that Christmas does fall on a Monday this year. So we're proposing to do the day before Christmas on Friday, December 22nd. So that would give us Friday, December 22nd, and then Christmas, Monday, December 25th.
I think that's a good choice because it gives you the whole weekend altogether instead of splitting it up. So, any comment from anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion for resolution 2023-54.
I make a motion, we approve resolution 2023-54.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from anyone? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item B is resolution 2023-55, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Williston appointing Mr. Ron Beasley and reappointing Colette Roth, Lisa Clark, and Pam Myrie to the Board of Adjustments and Code Enforcement, seats 2, 4, 6, and 7 respectively, for terms beginning August 8th, 2023, and ending August 7th of 2026, and providing an effective date. Ms. Jones.
Thank you. We have some new appointees to the Code Enforcement Board, and we have some that would like to stay for a little bit longer. This is a 3-year appointment, and some people are not going to be able to withhold the whole 3 years, but they're going to stay until we can fill those positions for them, or at least a little bit longer, give me some more time. I am going to probably come back to you and ask to reduce the Code Enforcement Board to 5 members, if that does happen. 7 is just a lot. We have had 4 issues with quorums in the last 7 months, and it's very difficult for the city because we have to do a lot of letters and signs, and we spend a lot of time on these meetings, and then sometimes people just can't come. And when you have 7, you need a quorum of 5, and I only have 5 or 4 members. It's really not working out. So, but now we have some more members, and we're moving ahead. So remember, we put Danny on it, Danny Floyd, and now we're putting Ron Beasley on it. So now we're full almost, but we are going to have some people
But
leaving.
a quorum for 7 is 4.
And if I only have 4 members and one doesn't come, I don't get a quorum.
Right, I realize that, but
Yeah.
a quorum is not, I thought you said quorum was 5. So
Oh,
I was just
sorry.
making sure that.
Yeah, but if I only have
I had
4
it straight in
members
my
for
head.
a while, so I would probably come back to you guys in a couple months here if one of these seats does drop off, and then we'll probably move it down to 5.
Yeah, I know we had to do that with the CRA because they had a similar issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions for Ms. Jones? If not, I'll entertain a motion for resolution 2023-55.
I make a motion for resolution 2023-55 be approved.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any further discussion from anyone? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. For the record, please note that Mr. Bullock has arrived at 6:25. Glad to have you. Item number C is resolution 2023-56, a resolution of the City of Williston, Florida, appointing Susan Capper and reappointing Albert Fuller to the Planning and Zoning Commission for seats 2 and 3 respectively, for terms beginning August 8, 2023, and ending August 7th, 2026, and providing an effective date. Ms. Jones.
So remember last year, we had one council member move out of the city, or one commission member move out of the city, and then one got ill and decided he didn't want to keep on. So Ms. Capper was asking to be put on that for a while. As soon as that was open, we went ahead and got her application in, and so we're going to appoint her and reappoint Mr. Fuller. And this is going to be a great group because they're going to do your comp plan.
Yay.
Yeah.
What a job.
Yeah.
Can indoctrinate them for sure. All right, we'll entertain a motion for resolution 2023-56.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-56.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item D, Resolution 2023-57, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Williston, Florida, electing to award the airport terminal building project to Gray Construction Services, Inc., contingent upon FAA funding and authorized staff to negotiate a full contract with Gray Construction Services, Inc., and authorizing appropriate parties to sign all documents required to execute such action on behalf of the City of Williston, and providing an effective date. Mr. Steele.
Before we start, just one minor correction, if you would. So, and we'll get to it, but if you'll bring your attention to page 30 of this document.
Yeah.
It talks about, and it was probably just an oversight on our part, it talks about how during this document we're going to indemnify whole harmless county and elected officials, officers, employees, consult claims, liabilities, losses, expenses, reasonable costs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, which I think is great, but I would prefer it hold harmless the city. And so we need to make that change in the document. I don't know if that would hold it up.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
As long as we make it contingent upon that.
Other than that, I have no.
I mean, I have an attorney sitting down there, but I think that would probably do it.
Very good.
We do have, Madam President, we do have some additional items that need to go into the contract.
Okay. All right.
Records, provisions, that sort of thing.
Terrific. Good. All right, so we'll get to that.
And that was on page 36, you said.
30, yes, sir. And there could be some others, but that's where we thought the last.
Okay, and Mr. Stiegel, you start, if you will.
Sure. This is a project that's been in the works for several years. As soon as I got to the airport, I actually sat down with Mr. Livin and we had a meeting about this project. So I mean, it's been coming for a really long time. And you know, we opened the bids a couple of weeks ago and had to do a little due diligence and make sure that everything was good before you know, Passero wrote the letter of recommendation for award. And you know, we're really excited to get the ball rolling on this project and, you know, getting a new terminal building built and having something really nice for the Williston Airport and people to fly in and be like, wow, this is next level. So you know, we've got people from Passero here, Matt Singletary, and several representatives from Gray Construction, and we're happy to answer any questions that you may have about the project.
Okay. I hear there's some legal advice. Mr. Secretary, would you like to make comment? I know about the review process.
So as far as the comments on the legal, I guess we just need to get with you guys after this to, I think certainly whatever comments you have, you can just incorporate. Obviously, I guess that's up with Gray as well.
To make it for a municipality, it has to have certain provisions for a municipality and for an airport.
Sure, yeah, I mean, we can work out whatever
also
those legal comments are.
Do you need to discuss any of those at this time, Mr. Walker?
No, and they're very minor amendments.
Okay. All right. I can say the only real question I have where it says authorize staff to negotiate a full contract, and you're going to bring that back to us when you get through negotiating it, right? I mean, is that the plan? I mean, I wouldn't want to sign it without this council telling me to. That's what it amounts to. All right, so just making sure of that. Anybody else have comment on it? All right, so do you want us to table this pending your comments?
You can pass the resolution because it authorizes us to negotiate the contract, so we'll bring it back.
Okay, so we'll get the final at the end.
Yes.
Terrific. All right, so we will entertain a motion for resolution 2023-56.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023 I think it's 57, ain't it?
It is 57, I'm so sorry.
57.
We skipped 50, well, there's 56 up there, 57. I guess with the provisions that the contract is brought back to us. Did I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Do I have any further discussion from anyone? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. As Benton said, we are very excited about this, and we cannot wait to see it come to fruition. We have talked about it for years, literally. And most of us have seen the drawings, and we're just really excited about it. I'm happy to have all of you here to do it with us.
Thank you. We're happy to be part of it.
Thank you.
Yes, very, very much so, Ben. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. All right. At this time, we're going to open a quasi-judicial hearing. It is the item E is the second reading of ordinance 2023-714, an ordinance of the City of Williston, Florida, making certain findings and determinations, amending section 40-148 of the Code of Ordinances of City of Williston, Florida, regarding the city gas system. Oh, excuse me, this is not the quasi-judicial. It's the next one. City gas system, repealing all ordinances in conflict and providing for severability and effective date. Mr. Barber is not here. Mr. Bishop, you are up.
Yes, ma'am, this is what we brought to you first time for the
Yeah.
first reading. Everything status quo is the same, we're just asking for a second vote.
Okay, it's his second reading. Do we have any questions for Mr. Bishop? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval on second reading of ordinance 2023-714.
I make a motion that ordinance 2023-714 be approved on second reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any further discussion or comment from anyone? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, these next two are the quasi. We will open a quasi-judicial public hearing. Set for second reading ordinance 2023-716, an ordinance of the City of Williston, Florida, rezoning and amending the future land use map of the City of Williston Comprehensive Plan, pursuant to an application by Troop LLC under the amendment procedures established in Chapter 163 Florida statutes, changing the zoning and future land use classification on the following described property from residential duplex R2 to commercial intensive or C2 on certain lands within the corporate limits of the City of Williston, Florida, providing severability and providing for incorporation in city maps and providing an effective date. At this time, I would ask if any council members, if you remember the Troop property is shown above, is the property where Angelina Mia's used to sit or currently sits. That's the building we're talking about. I would ask at this time if any council members have had any ex parte communication, including site visits, speaking to either party on this particular issue. Other than driving by it every day, I have not. Okay, at this time, if you intend to speak to this issue, other than this council, please stand and be sworn in by the city clerk.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
At this time, I will state that if any exhibits, drawings, diagrams, photographs, or any other physical evidence is presented in this meeting tonight, you must give a copy of that to the city clerk so that she can keep it for a possible appeal until the expiration date of 30 days. At this time, if the staff will please make an opening statement.
Thank you. We're looking to rezone parcel number 05601000000. The property is located at 214 West Noble Avenue, and Troop LLC is the property owner. It is kind of a split lot. If you look at it, you see a yellow line. That yellow line is an old platted lot. They own both. So they merged it at one point. The back part, for some reason, is still residential. The front is commercial, and we would just like to make this consistent. This is part of us trying to fix all of our zoning maps and land use maps. So we would just like both of these parts of this parcel to be one zoning, and that would be commercial, C2.
Do you have any witnesses?
No, ma'am.
Or evidence other than this to present?
No, ma'am.
Therefore, we have no cross-examination of the witnesses. Is the applicant present?
No, ma'am.
I do not think that they are. Therefore, they have no witnesses or cross-examination possible. So I would ask if the public, anybody in the public, has any testimony or presentation that they would like to make, or even public comment about this. If not, again, the applicant is not here, but I would ask the staff to make a closing statement.
This is the third time that we're seeing this. Planning and Zoning recommended approval to City Council on June 27th, and I can't remember what date it was, but a couple weeks ago you all saw it for the first time, so this will be the last time that the public will have a say.
Okay, again, no rebuttal statement because the applicant is not present. We will ask this time the council if they would like to discuss it, and if not, or yes, I would entertain a motion. It is resolution second reading of 2023-716.
I just have one question. The lot is going to become two commercial lots or just one commercial lot?
It'll be one lot still. It's just going to be both commercial. For some reason, the old platted lot, if you look on the north side of that dotted line, is still showing residential.
Okay. Gotcha. I just wanted to say, okay.
Any other questions or comments? I would again entertain a motion for second reading of ordinance 2023-716.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2023-716.
Do I have a second?
Oh,
sorry, I did not hear it. Thank you very much. Any further discussion from anyone? No wonder I didn't hear it. You've got through. No further discussion. Okay, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next item is also quasi-judicial, so we have to do it in the same manner. A G, it is the second reading of ordinance 2023-717, an ordinance of the City of Williston, Florida, and amending the future land use map of the City of Williston Comprehensive Plan. Is it a zoning change too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that got left off this right here. A zoning change and amending the future land use map of the City of Williston Comprehensive Plan pursuant to an application by Hartley Mora M.T., Mora M. Hartley Irrevocable Trust under amendment procedures established in Chapter 163 Florida statutes, changing the zoning and future land use classification on the following described property from residential duplex R2 to commercial intensive C2 on certain lands within the corporate limits of the City of Williston, Florida, providing severability, providing for incorporation of city maps, and providing an effective date. Ms. Jones.
Thank you. Latricia, will you go back to will you just go down a little bit? Just a little bit on that one page. So this kind of shows Mr. Bullock what was happening. It appears that whoever owned the properties in the past, they never got their zoning really cleared up. So you'll see it's one parcel, but it has two zonings. And we've done this a couple times in the past few years, especially down 41. There's the front part of people's properties are commercial, the back part is residential, so we're just trying to clear that up.
And the parcel we just did is to the right?
Yeah, it's right next door.
Yeah, and it is. Okay, so I'll ask again if the council would please disclose if they haven't had any ex parte communication. Again, other than riding by, I have not. I would ask if anybody intends to speak to this particular issue to please stand and be sworn in by the city clerk.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, again, if you're going to give any graphs, letters, pictures, in this presentation tonight, they must be also presented to the city clerk for 30 days or in case of appeal. I would ask the staff to please make an opening statement.
Thank you.
Sir, say you're on.
So this is a rezone of parcel 05606000000. Property is located at 242 West Noble Avenue. Georgia Hartley and Lee Hartley are the property owners. Currently, the property is vacant, but it is going through a sale. The mortgage company could not write off the note if it had mixed zoning. So that's what started this whole process. So we should be having a nice little commercial building there in the near future. So we'd just like to change this entire parcel to one zoning, which would be C2 commercial intensive.
Okay, do you have any witnesses or other evidence to present?
No, ma'am.
I don't see any witnesses to cross-examine. The applicant is not present, to my knowledge. So no witnesses or cross-examination there. I would ask the public at this time if they have any comment to make about this change. If not, we will move to the closing statement by the applicant. Is not here, so we will move to the staff.
So planning and zoning have already sent this to you guys for approval, and this is the second time you're seeing it, so this would be the final time that council and the public can speak to this before the rezone.
Okay, and again, there's no rebuttal because the applicant is not here. It's time for the council to discuss it. Anybody have any questions for Ms. Jones? If not, we would entertain second reading of ordinance 2023-717.
I make a motion, second reading of ordinance 2023-717 be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We have any discussion from anyone? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You're sitting on that microphone now. I'm so proud of you. All right, so we will close the quasi-judicial hearing. I thought you were going to say something. You were so close. This time we are back to public participation, item number 6. So again, if you have something you would like to bring to this council, at this point, anything. Is the gentleman still here? Okay. I forget his name. Mr. Frazier. That's it. I wrote it down over there. Mr. Frazier, you're back on.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, it's just a lot that goes on in the city. And, you know, the citizens out east is sort of like leery with the city department, with cooperation and stuff like that, because some of the things that happen in the city, no arrests being made, you know, previously. And sometimes, most of the time when somebody cooperate with the law enforcement, they end up the one in jail. So, you know, it's
only if they come into the station with drugs in their backpack.
It's just a lot that's going on out east with the streets, with the flooding, with the, you know.
It's everywhere. It's not just out east. I promise you, we've been flooding everywhere.
Yeah, but our streets is way under maintenance. I'm saying we got potholes in the streets now, right there by me. Then you got people with 18-wheelers driving through the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah,
no, I'm saying, come on now.
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that.
They should,
right.
But law enforcement, they don't step up and say, hey, y'all ain't gonna be bringing these trucks up and down these streets every day.
Maybe we need to put some signs on it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, if you put signs up, you got to enforce it.
Yeah, we have them on my street that say no through traffic, no through trucks.
Madam President, let me address something Mr. Frazier said. Let me rewind for a minute when he talked about the shootings in the city. Me and Mr. Frazier just had a talk. Those shootings are not in the city.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I knew you had addressed most of them anyway.
Yes.
The ones we knew about.
Those are incidents that occurred that Mr. Frazier was involved in that had nothing to do with us. So we straightened that out. Now, the semi-truck thing, Mr. Frazier is incorrect. I myself have went and stopped and had semi-trucks that was in the area, riding through the area. You cannot be here. The sign says no commercial
Oh,
vehicles.
so they are there, there are signs
They
there.
are there,
Okay.
yes ma'am. So that's an incorrect statement, and that action has been taken on those semi-trucks. The only person in the city that's grandfathered to have semi-trucks is the one gentleman down there, across from the James's house.
He's to the southeast though, not northeast, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought. I know about him down there.
North, yeah.
So this-
He's on the northeast side.
Oh, he said northeast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The ones I knew about were way at the end of southeast.
Okay, how about the ones on 10th Street?
On 10th Street where? Be more specific.
Northeast, southeast.
Northeast 10th Street.
Northeast.
If you pass through there, you see the truck every day.
Is it,
Every day that truck has come through there, every day.
what kind of truck is it? Can you just let him know what kind of truck?
You say come through there. I mean,
It's parked there
Oh,
every
it's
day.
parked there, okay.
It comes down that street every day, every morning.
Does he live there?
Yes.
Okay, so he's parking his truck there. Is that what he's doing?
Well, he lives in that area.
Well, that's what I
but-
mean, he's parking his truck and he's going in and out of the neighborhood when he parks his truck.
Yeah.
All right, well, we may need to address it and tell him he needs to park somewhere else.
10th Street where?
What block, do you know?
That's 3rd Avenue, I think it is, or 2nd Avenue. Right there by Miss Seabrook's house.
Okay, past her house or?
Right in her yard.
Yeah. Her son drives it.
Oh, I started to say it's her son doing it. Okay.
Well, I guess that makes a difference.
Not really. If they're not allowed in there, it doesn't.
I'm saying the road is in bad enough shape now. It's a big pothole right there where the truck just keep running.
Okay, so this time of day, they would find the truck there.
Anytime, yeah.
I mean, because he's not on the road, he's home
Yeah.
probably by now.
Okay.
All right, so that gives us some time to know when to go look at it.
Yeah.
So what do you think we should do about the other issues? I mean, what do you think would help
With
with the shootings and things?
well, I think that if law enforcement for the city probably could try to reassure the people that they're there to help them, not to arrest them. You know, everything that happens out there, if it deserves that, then that's something else different. But you know, people are just too afraid of how the backlash is with law enforcement, especially in Williston. I'm saying
Are they afraid of the law enforcement, or are they afraid of cooperating with law enforcement
not because of
and somebody else?
Not because somebody gonna do something to you.
That's what
or
I'm
something.
asking.
No. It's just more afraid of the law enforcement backlash.
What do you mean by backlash?
For as I can call it-
Recently,
Huh?
recently or in the past?
Well,
I know of past issues, but I don't know of any in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Madam President, let me tell you what Mr. Frazier just told me, and I don't want to get into a big discussion with this, because his stories...
His time is up, his clock ran out.
And his stories are all over the board.
Yeah, I'm hearing that.
His problem is, Mr. Frazier was involved in a case, and he can talk about it, what happened. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Williston Police Department. He was the county, and I told him he needs to address that issue with the county if he feels that something that took place during his incident was incorrect, to deal with the county. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Williston Police Department, and we just had that discussion.
Okay.
let me make something clear. I might be something dumb, but I ain't something dumb. I already understand what he's saying about the city and the county. I'm saying I understand that. I've been through court systems and stuff like that. I understand that. So don't make it like I'm so confused I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, he just wants you to tell us straight.
Yeah.
He's not saying you're confused, we just need to know.
Well, he's saying I'm all over the place. What that mean?
Oh, because you're jumping from one issue to the other.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, and I would again say, the relationship that our police officers have currently with the entire city, not just East Williston, because I consider all of it Williston.
Right.
I think that the relationship that our officers have is really good right now.
Well, with him, I met him.
Not just with him, I think it's good with all of them. I see him playing basketball, I see him helping put signs up, I see him stopping to help people on the side of the street. I'm just observing the officers, they seem to be doing what they need to be doing.
Well, with him, I had met him a few years back, and I have a lot of respect for him. I just hope he have a lot of respect for me in the same way. I'm saying that's the way to everybody.
Right.
If you show me respect, then I'm gonna give you respect back.
Absolutely, and I think our police officers feel the same way. They try to give people respect, so they give them respect.
And I have met a couple of the new officers that they had was real, addressed situations real professionally.
Right.
But we gotta get out. We gotta do a little bit better. We gotta do more. The community gotta do better. And plus the law enforcement.
I really think they're trying, and that's why I asked you when the problems occurred, because I think the group we have right now is much improved on what we've had in the past.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate your comments.
All right, thank
you, sir. Anybody else? Get Mr. Beasley. Come to the podium if you will. I'm so sorry. Please state your name and your city of residence. Like I don't know.
Ron Beasley, Williston, Florida.
Thank you.
Just want to address Chief Rolls. We have a security system that's running 24/7. As you know, we're at the intersection of 3rd and 5th.
Yes, sir.
And if anything happens in that area, that intersection is the main direction that people are going to exit that are doing the bad things. And our cameras they do face that intersection. They face 3rd, they face 5th individually and behind our house.
Cool.
If you need any surveillance footage, just knock on the door.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful news.
Mr. Bishop, you have an employee, Alex Rodriguez.
Yes.
And I just want to say that if he doesn't get promotions and raises going forward in the future, he needs to come see me and I need to come see you, because that fella is the nicest person I've come into contact with in years.
I want you to know, he's the first person I got to in my budget that didn't have a salary change, a raise listed. And because they're doing it different, they're proposing to do it in a different way, so it showed his same rate of pay. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. You should see my comments I wrote in my budget about him.
He does not have business cards. He says they're on order, and I would like for that to be expedited.
The city clerk can see to that.
All right.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Good job, buddy.
Congratulations. Alex, that's a great thing to hear. And I will say we have many wonderful employees. We do. And some are always there when you need them. So there's 2 of them sitting right here. There's 4 of them sitting right here. 5 of them, 6 of them sitting right here. They definitely are. We're glad to have them. And we have a really good group right now. And I think that goes from top to bottom. I think we're all really happy with them. All right, so back to public participation. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Anybody online? Anybody hiding in the hallway? All right, I'm going to announcements then.
So we do, if Steven's still online?
Yes, he is. One moment.
Stephen Bloom, he would be our finance director. I'm looking for my budget, Stephen.
That's the question.
All right, Stephen, you got the floor.
Stephen?
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, the only question I have, Stephen, is Terry. So I'm looking for the finalized budget, at least the draft, so we can review it. Do we have that? Are we going to get that tonight, or what's the story?
Yeah, you have that tomorrow.
Do you know what time tomorrow? Not trying to put you on the
Some
spot.
of us are leaving for a conference tomorrow. That's why we wanted it tonight.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll get it done tonight then if you got folks leaving.
Okay, if you would, and then I'll make sure copies are made in the morning so we'll all have it.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stephen. Any other comments? Any more announcements? Let's start. Ms. Patricia.
I just want to announce that August 15th is our budget workshop, the second budget workshop at 6 o'clock.
Oh, keeping us busy.
What time?
Yeah, we moved them all to 6 o'clock, so y'all can get here.
I got,
Except that one.
what is it?
Except for that one that's advertised, I think it's 5:30 or 5 o'clock even.
I got a few citizens that's reached out to me again, with the golf cart thing, wanting to know the progress of the signs. They are ready to start driving golf carts. I just wanted to update. I know we're waiting, but I promised them I would ask the question tonight and get them an answer.
I actually got up this morning thinking about that. Anybody know?
Well, I could put the utilities director on the spot, but I won't. But, so,
Thank you.
what?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the one big thing we're waiting for is Brian Pierce to come back to us and tell us where the signs actually are gonna go. So the way the streets are designed, I wanna make sure, like, if there's one block, right, and out of 4, and only one block is inaccessible by golf carts, then we gotta figure out where we're gonna put the signs up and how they're gonna be structured on that one street. So, that's kind of what we're waiting on right now. So, is it Brian Pierce? And then some of those streets are gonna be able to be fixed or repaired or probably reviewed by us and say, yeah, no, we're comfortable with the golf cart on that. And then, once again, what I'm trying to avoid is having every block have a golf cart sign that says, this portion of this road is accessible, 300 feet down the road it is not, then you go to the next intersection it is for the next 4 intersections, and then they're good, and then the next one's bad, and then so.
So can we choose one section of town and concentrate on that and get one section done? And I don't care if you just draw it out of a hat, for all I care, we talked about that earlier. How do you choose which section to do first? Whichever one you think is most likely to go forward, start with that one, or draw it out of a hat, I don't care. But let's do something. We got them excited and then we held them up.
Yes, ma'am, we can do that. We can pick it or you can choose it, whatever is your desire.
No, I want you to choose. Go fast.
So we'll do
Whatever you can do.
We'll do the northeast side.
Whichever. I know you had the blue codes and the yellow codes and the green codes. The one that's got the most green.
That's what I would do.
Start right there.
Whichever one's the closest to being ready.
Yeah, start with where all the greens are, do your assessments, your final assessments, and order some signs. We got the signs, we got T-posts to put them on. If not, they should be ordered. We're gonna be waiting on them.
Yes, ma'am. We'll activate it quick.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. All right, anybody else? Announcements, going down the line. The only announcement I have is to say that you guys, I want to speak to these fellas, y'all got to be careful in this heat. I know that we've had some heat issues. I know my son works outside every day. I know it is hot. I don't know how y'all stand it. I mean, even running back and forth, sometimes going in your truck and getting cooled off is almost worse, having to go back out again. So I just want y'all to be really careful. We talked today about ordering some cases of Gatorade so that you have that electrolyte replacement, not just water. So we're going to work on that. I don't know how, maybe I guess between now and 1:30 tomorrow. I will say that there are, I think 6 of us going to the Florida League of Cities conference. So we will be accessible if you need us. I know we'll have the city clerk, city manager, mayor, Mr. Robinson, myself, Ms. Hines. We are going to the Florida League of Cities conference in Orlando. So, like I said, I don't know who he's leaving in charge, but the city manager will tell us who that is. I assume maybe Mr. Bishop. So be alert to who that might be. And if y'all need us, please don't hesitate to call us. Anything else for the good of the cause? If not, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't you have announcements yet?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you just went right through because I have an announcement.
Okay, well, here we are. We've got,
Okay.
I'm sorry. It doesn't have your name here.
You noticed that?
Yeah, well, I did have.
So this is my announcement. Sometimes we don't have memories of history, but this month is August. And it was August the 5th, 1964, that we had ships attack off the coast of Vietnam, and President Johnson actually entered us into the war in Vietnam. We had people there before, but the war was actually declared in August on the 5th in 1964. So, in memory of those that have served, I want to remember this day. And unfortunately, we didn't have a meeting that day, so I have held it close to my heart until today.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that reminder. My husband was a Vietnam vet too, and he was there about them. So, all right, anything else for the night? I entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank y'all for coming.